Hey guys, welcome back to the second podcast on Project 996. I'm here with Steve and Pat, and we're here to talk about the car we're going to be picking up this weekend. All right, guys, we're back. Welcome back.
Welcome.
Hello, hello.
Good to be here.
Another week, another dollar car project. We haven't made any money on this yet. No. So everybody listening, welcome back. This has been a week since we put out our first Project 996 podcast, and it's been quite a week. I, for the first time ever, put the podcast up on YouTube as opposed to all the different podcasting platforms. And where on the podcasting platforms I get a couple of hundred listens, within the first sort of week.
Sure.
We've got a couple of thousand views on the podcast.
Oh, wow.
About Project 996. That's pretty awesome.
Well, 400 of those were mine.
Fair enough. And another 4 were mine. So, all right, maybe it's not that impressive. But what's incredible is just the amount of comments and emails that have been coming in since we talked about the project last week. So for those listening, we're going to do 2 things tonight. One is we're going to talk a little bit about the car because we've got some exciting news on that front, and everyone's been asking about it. We're not going to give away all the secrets, but we can at least give a little bit away tonight because the plans are getting firmer. And then the second thing is I wanted to share with Steve and Pat a lot of the comments and suggestions that people have been putting in email and Instagram and on YouTube and see what you guys think.
Absolutely.
I don't know about you two. I've been already Googling dozens of different things that we could potentially be doing to this car. And you sending me, was it you sent the video? Or you sent the video the day of Van Svensson taking his engine out?
Dropping the engine. I already picked the colors out for the car.
You did? Yeah, we'll talk about those.
I was in agreement.
That's good. Well, it was blue, obviously.
It was blue, so.
By the way, respect for wearing a kind of blue t-shirt tonight.
Blue t-shirt.
Yeah. So yeah, there we go. The first comment, actually, I just want to talk about this one first, and then we'll go talk about the car. This had me really excited and also under a lot of pressure at the same time. ML says, "Welcome to the new Top Gear team. Absolutely brilliant. You're rebuilding a performance car. You should get it track ready. Show off your handiwork. Good luck, guys." How about that? That's the first comment on this video. Nothing like a bit of pressure.
Yeah.
I'll be James May. I don't want to be Clarkson.
You're the closest we have, though.
Yeah, that's a pretty dang cool comment. That does definitely put the pressure on.
I know, right?
With eyes like that, yeah.
So
don't
that
want
means
to screw it up now.
I know, right? That means we need to have a lot of fun. We need to somehow wreck it. We need to somehow offend a lot of people with inappropriate jokes.
So
then fix it again.
And then fix it again.
So we're turning it into a boat.
With a 300 horsepower outboard engine.
As long as it goes fast, it doesn't really matter, does it? So I thought that was a pretty cool way to kick it off. But yeah, so much support from everybody listening last week, and I also was featured on Road to Redline's podcast this week with Lee Sibley and Joe and Andy in the UK, and they were asking me about the project, and I was telling them all about it, and of course the airbag story came up, and
yes.
There is going to need to be something that I can stab in this car, I reckon, to just put my mark on it, literally.
Depends on what the interior looks like. Well, we can let you have at it.
If you think back to the airbag incident,
yeah,
you can carve up the airbag on this car because I'm the one that eventually got the airbag out of your car in the first place. So
that's right.
So I think we're pretty well set.
Yeah, we've got the right person on the team.
I can undo whatever you do. I hope.
Yeah, you hope. Well, our Project 996 t-shirts should be arriving this week, so we can do all of our work wearing the t-shirt.
That is super cool.
Yeah, I can't remember which color I ordered for everybody, but that's going to be pretty cool. Oh, yeah,
well,
of course. You got blue.
Patrick got blue.
You and I got, I don't know what we got, black or navy or whatever.
Whatever shows up.
Yeah, we'll see. And Alex, you were working on his car recently.
Yes.
He's volunteered some of his time, so I got him a team t-shirt as well.
Very cool.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah. Maybe that could be like the subs t-shirt. You know, whoever shows up on the day to give us a hand, we can get them to wear that t-shirt.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's quite a few of our guys from our group that are going to want to pitch in and lend a hand when they can.
Yeah, that's awesome. Free labor.
Some of them, though, they didn't want to pitch in. They wanted to stand off to the sidelines and heckle.
Yeah, Noah doesn't want to actually do any work.
Yeah, he doesn't want to get his
just wants to run
Play.
his mouth.
Yeah. So we have to have like bleachers or stands in the garage somewhere.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Well, so then let's tell everybody about the exciting news for the car. We found one.
Yes.
We haven't yet transferred the title, but we essentially are doing it this week.
We are pot committed, essentially.
That's right. And unfortunately, Pat can't make it, but Steve, you and I are taking a road trip
We
to
are road
the
tripping.
deep south.
We are road tripping down south.
Yep. And it's going to be 2 days of driving there, 2 days of driving back.
Yep.
Brother, we're going to get to know each other really well.
We absolutely are. Yes. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah,
I
me
think
too.
it's going to be a good way to solidify some ideas on the car, without Pat trying to ruin our fun. Just kidding.
I'm a killjoy now.
But
Wow.
no, we'll be able to figure out some stuff on the car, and it's going to be nice to do some video on the way down there, on
Yeah.
the way back. I think that's going to make for some nice content.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing a drone shot of the car, like the Cayenne pulling the 996 on the trailer.
Yes.
I mean, how good would that be?
Oh yeah.
One of us can drive, one of us can drone.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be so cool.
I don't know how to drone, so I'll drive.
Okay, you can drive. Well, actually, we haven't even talked about this yet, but I'm assuming and hoping you're going to want to do a bit of the driving.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, great. We can chop it up because, like,
Yes.
thank God for that.
Yeah.
24 hours down by yourself
Oh
driving.
my God, 24 there, 24
No.
back.
No, we're gonna cut that right in half.
All right, that's good. I like that.
Give him the half that goes through Illinois and you'll be all right.
Is that the boring stretch?
I've driven to Florida a couple times, and going through Illinois,
Yeah.
it's a state that never quits.
I don't think I've been further south than Springfield, Missouri. So once we get about that past that kind of the way, I'm going to be seeing things for the first time.
So, when I was in the Air Force, I was in Montgomery, Alabama, not far from where we're
Okay.
going.
Yeah.
One weekend, me and my buddies we got off at work at 4:00. We decided to hop in my car and drive up to Milwaukee, where they're from, for my buddy's girlfriend's
That's not a
graduation
short
from
trip.
college.
Oh.
So we drove up there, dropped him off. We went to my other buddy's grandma's house. She gave us soda pops, which were beers. And then when we picked him back up, and then we headed back, and we got back Sunday night.
Oh my goodness.
It was ridiculous.
How was your ass after that?
Oh, I had a nice BMW that we took,
okay.
so it was fine.
Comfy ride.
My God, I had bruises on the side of my ass cheeks from the bolsters after Tail of the Dragon last year. It was pretty sore to sit down on for a while. Yeah. So thankfully the Cayenne's a lot more comfortable.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Wider seats.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
good. That's going to be another first for me, driving a Cayenne.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
It
Awesome.
should have been a Panamera then.
No. Why would we do that to ourselves?
Oh, come on.
I'm sorry for any Panamera, whatever fans on listening to the
Yeah.
podcast right now. We love you.
I'm one of three
Kinda.
in the room that like it.
But in order to get ready for the trip on Friday, I need to do an oil change. So I'm going to use this as an excuse to try doing an oil change on the Cayenne by myself, which I haven't done before.
Okay.
So I've got the right filter, I've got the oil, I've got the drain plug. Just need to get it up on the lift this week and get it done.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. But other than that, the car's in good nick, so we should be fine.
Excellent.
So Monday next week. In fact, a week today, we should be rolling back up to the Twin Cities with
Yes.
the 996 behind us.
Yep.
I'm so excited. Oh my God.
I'm gonna be while you're driving, I'll drive all the way down there, you drive all the way back. I'll start the disassembly on the trailer on the way back.
Steve's going to be sitting in the car on the trailer, just pretending.
I'll be sitting in the driver's seat making vroom vroom noises.
Hold it steady, James. Hold it steady. I dropped my wrench.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's going to be awesome. But, did anybody just hear my dog snoring in the back? Thank you, Donut. It's a real professional podcast, this. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So have you guys thought about, like, how often you're going to want to work on the car? Because like with my own tinkering in the garage, I go in fits and spurts. I'll be in that garage every night for a couple of weeks making a dozen videos, and then like the past week and a half, I've barely been in there. So will we do it when we fancy it? Will we try and stick to a schedule? I mean, I'm not really too bothered either way. But
I
what do
think
you reckon?
what'll be dictating a lot of it will be the types of projects and what they entail.
Mm-hmm.
So, is it something that 2 people can do, or is it something we need 3 people? Is it
Yeah.
how hard is it? Who has the expertise? That kind of stuff. I mean, I live 4 blocks away. Come
Yeah.
over in the morning before work. Come over after work.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I have a lot of free time in the summer.
Okay.
So I don't teach classes in the summer.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I do work in the summer, but
Yeah.
it's very light, and
Yeah.
I have the availability to take all my PTO during the summer.
Got it.
So with that being said, I'm flexible to be able to work whenever,
Oh, got it.
for the
Okay.
most part. So that's gonna be a good thing. I think when we get the car here and the 3 of us do a walk around and a real deep inspection of the car,
Yeah.
we'll be able to put together an outline
Yeah.
of what we want to do, and then we'll put together a logical step-by-step process of when we want to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
That's
know.
a good idea.
So I think that'll kind of dictate what and when and where we do
Yeah.
that. But
Yeah.
And we'll have the parts list of a lot of that types of stuff too. So when that stuff comes in, when it's available, what do we got to remove to get to the thing that we want to do? Do you do that part, then do a bigger episode or something where we get into the nitty gritty?
So, do you think we could like aim for a Labor Day kind of launch? Isn't there a Nordstern track event sort of in the fall?
I think we certainly can. Yeah.
That gives us all summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when I was thinking about this project, I thought maybe this will be something that takes a couple of years. I really, for one, I don't think the audience is going to be interested in
No.
watching for that long.
No.
But something like a Labor Day, like that weekend, is like a nice kind of target, and
Yep. And that'll keep things moving along. That'll
Yeah.
keep things from stalling out.
yeah,
I mean, I don't think we're getting a basket case of a car to begin with, so
No.
it's gonna be some basic things and some things that we want to do
yeah,
that we wouldn't normally be doing on our own cars, kind of
Yeah.
thing. So
yeah. So perfect segue. Let's take a look at some of the viewers' comments.
Yes.
I'm going to go to the interwebs. All right, so ML told us about the Top Gear team. Thank you very much. Stuart Nunn says he's really excited about the project. He's really looking forward to seeing what we do with all of the typical kind of problems like the IMS, the RMS, bore scoring, etc. Looks like we've got a great team, and looking forward to us all arguing about exactly how to do this.
I don't think we'll be arguing.
Yeah, I
It'll
don't
just be
think.
one person that has a stronger idea than the other two.
Yeah, I think we've known each other long enough now to not have
Yeah.
to worry about that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's fair. So IMS, we've all sort of said that we want to try that, even if the car doesn't need to have the IMS replaced. We can get in there and look at it.
I think we'll replace it. We're going to update the RMS
Okay.
or the IMS regardless.
Yeah,
The RMS, it'll easily, once we can see it, we'll be able to see if it's already been updated or not. If it has already been updated, we won't have to do that.
yeah,
There's a pretty good visual indicator on that, and then obviously we'll do clutch and we'll check the flywheel and all that kind of good stuff too.
yes, yeah.
The dual mass flywheel.
I mean, there are so many sort of related jobs to do once you get the engine out and once
Yes.
you pull the transmission off, right? So,
We'll check motor mounts and transmission mount, and those are things you check then and there also.
yeah, yeah,
Those are the things that while you're in there,
Yep.
do this.
yeah, yeah.
You
Okay.
already took the time and effort to open it, so.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. I'm really excited just to get my hands on the IMS. I think that one is worth like a photo. I mean, that's like trophy hunting in Africa, isn't it? I mean, not that I would ever do anything like that, but you know, that's the sort of king of the jungle right there as far as the 996 is concerned. You've got it in your hand. Let's get that in a
Yes.
Well, and how many miles does the car that we have?
photo. Over 100 for sure. I don't know exactly.
So this is going to either go against the curve or with the curve as to what everybody says is the problem with that
Yeah.
engine.
Yeah.
I mean, with that many miles on it, one would expect it to either be really bad or really good because it made it this far.
Yeah.
So,
Well, with the IMS, they've generally go out. They generally fail on cars that don't get driven much. This
Yes.
car's got over 100,000 miles on it, so it's been driven.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm guessing that the IMS is not going to be in terrible shape.
Yeah.
It will be if it hasn't been updated. Regardless, even if it has been updated, it's at the mileage now where you need to replace it again.
Yeah.
So I think they're good for like 70,000 miles.
Okay.
So if that has been done, then
There you go.
it's not worth it to not do it when we're in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So
And actually picking an IMS solution will be an interesting conversation because I think there are 4 on the market.
yes,
2 of them seem to be more popular than the rest, but
Yep.
not all IMS replacement parts are created equal from what I understand.
that is correct. Yep.
Now I think one of them is made by a company out of Wisconsin, isn't it? Is
LN
LN
Engineering.
Yeah, that's right.
So LN Engineering came up with the solution
Okay.
for the IMS. They kind of have the market share
Yeah.
of that solution. That's what we put in Alex's car. We
Okay.
did the LN Engineering
Okay.
replacement bearing. We did not do the oiled. There's one that actually oils the bearing.
Yeah.
That's the IMS solution.
Yeah.
We did not do that one. We did a LN Engineering replacement bearing
Okay.
with
So
the
the
new
direct
cover and everything.
replacement.
Yep.
Okay.
And I've got the toolkit for it and everything. So
Ah, good job, Mr. Steve. So how much was that one then? What are we
that one
looking-
was about $750.
Okay.
So
Okay.
this car's what year?
Good question. 2004, I think. I'll need to double check
So I'm hoping it's a dual row. If it's a single row, the dual rows had less chance of failure.
Yeah.
The single row, like my Boxer's a dual row.
that. Yeah.
So we'll just have to figure out if it's a dual row or a single row.
Okay.
Order the correct replacement. and
Yeah.
And we can look that up with the
No,
engine number.
there's no
can't we?
way. There's no way to look it up.
Yeah,
It's-
I've
you
heard
have
that
to.
as well.
You have to
Because it
put.
was running.
You have to put because they swapped them back and forth.
That's right.
Like my year, they used both single row and dual row.
Right.
So you kind of have to put your eyes on it. You
Is-
can look by the cover. If the cover is a deep dish cover or a shallow dish cover, you can tell by the depth of the cover. Then you know if it's a single row or double row.
Okay.
But until you get to that point, you don't know.
Okay.
But then at that point, you're already so deep into
Yep.
it, you're going to be taking it out anyway.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I kind of feel like we should, do the local kind of thing. Maybe check out the guys in Wisconsin, Illinois first. But I don't know.
absolutely,
I'm open
yeah.
to it all.
road trip to see how it's made.
Does that mean we need to go near the Packers though?
Yes.
Come on, let's talk about football.
I
The
will send
Englishman talking about American football.
We'll
Go
send,
Vikings!
We'll send Pat on a field trip.
That's right.
Yes.
And we'll paint the car purple and gold while you're away.
Then there may be some choice words. when I go
Exactly,
back.
exactly. So John Hudson said he's just started listening to the podcast. He's excited for it. He asked, have we thought about filming the podcast like Joe Rogan and Matt Farah do? I have to say, I have thought about that. I think that would be pretty cool once we sort of get into the swing of things.
That would be really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we can put it out audio as well as video. Or
Yes.
video as well as audio.
Yep.
I did think about it for our first one, but videoing the podcast takes a lot more planning,
Yeah.
and there's a lot more that can go wrong. So
And let's face it, right now, I'm getting my first haircut in like 3 months next Wednesday. So, and I see both of you guys. So let's wait till we get some haircuts before we throw a video camera on us.
yeah, fair dues. All right.
Do
mean-
we have radio voices though, or do we have video faces?
Let's do both. Let's sit there in clown suits. I don't know. I mean, but the trick will be getting all the audio and video working properly and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But I do like the idea of that.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. So thank you, John. Let's have a look. Bobby Chicago, interesting handle, says he just can't wait for us to get started. Keith S says Project 996, the Mods and Mayhem tour.
I like that. I saw that comment. That was really,
Yeah.
really good.
I'm gonna like that and heart that right now.
Yes.
That could be on a t-shirt.
That absolutely could.
Yeah. Jimmy Oberg 85 says, as a 996 owner, he's going to follow this. He's got a 99 Carrera 2, GT3 aero and wheels. Alcantara steering wheel, shifter, GT3 seats. I'm not sure if it is a GT3 or not, but anyway, exciting. We've got a lot of 996 people here who are looking forward. Jar BB said he's excited about the idea of blue and orange accents in the classic Jägermeister design. Good job, Steve. He also suggested we should check out like a German brewery to see if they'll sponsor this as well. Interestingly, we've got one lined up if we want to use it. We'll save that for another podcast.
Yeah.
Ian Muir says Fuchs wheels with the ducktail in Old English white with the slim Gulf stripe or a Le Mans wrap, making it look like an older racer.
See,
I
I'm
like the
all
wheel
about
idea.
I'm all about that.
Yeah?
That's really really cool.
Ian, I'm liking and hearting your comment right now. So, okay, let me think about that then. So that's the sort of the traditional Porsche wheels.
Yep.
I like that idea.
Yep.
Even though the 996 didn't come out of the factory with those wheels, I think they would work.
Yeah.
English white. I didn't know there was an English white. Is that like a
I don't know if I'm
cream?
crazy about it's gonna be like a creamy white.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm too super crazy about that color, just because I think we can do a similar. I think we can do a bolder color that is gonna create more interest with the car.
Yeah, okay.
In the blue that you had said what was the color blue again?
It is.
Do we want to divulge that right now,
I don't know if
Patrick?
we want to. I don't know if we want to let that cat out of the bag yet.
Let's
Because-
do it. Why not?
So
What was it, Steve?
The blue that I found is the actual Porsche color, and it's called Bally Blue.
Bally blue.
And I believe it was on 911s from 62 to 65, or
was on
the 356s. So yeah, it's on. I've got the information. I'll have to get exactly what models it was
Okay.
on, but yeah, it's a fairly rare color,
Okay.
and it's just a really good older color that just has the right amount of hue to it.
So it's like, for people who don't know that color, it's like a slightly brighter, more vibrant navy. Is that how
Yeah.
you would maybe
Yeah.
describe it?
Yep.
It's not navy.
No,
navy,
it's not
but
navy. It's a
deeper-
little softer color than navy. It's a cool color. Look up Bally Blue for those people that have the Google machines.
Get on the Google with orange accents.
Yes.
Yeah, with like almost a burnt orange accent. Not
Yeah.
a fluorescent orange.
No.
But like a yellowish orange.
Yeah. Like the
Thinking
lava orange almost for the new GT cars, or
It'd
darker.
be almost too bright.
that would be too bright, I think.
Okay.
But kind of like almost like a burnt orangish. For some accents, and maybe even some calipers powder coated in that color.
Nice. Okay, I like tying it in like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So a couple shades different than his hair then.
I was going to say this could be, burnt ginger,
Yes.
which is what I'm going to
Custom
be in
color.
about 4 weeks' time when the sun really comes out.
Yes.
That's my hue for like the next 3 or 4 months. All right. Somebody wasn't very happy. In fact, Carl, and I've got to give Carl a break because he is an owner of an AutoAmateur t-shirt, so he's on my favorite list.
I think I know who Carl is.
So Carl said, how could you guys say the body of a cabriolet is ugly? Are you on drugs? The body is gorgeous. Blah, blah, blah. And he said it might be the case for the 996, but not for the 991 or the 992. And it wasn't Patrick. I think it was actually you, wasn't it?
Yes, and I actually replied to Carl. So hopefully, Carl, you saw my reply to you. I may be completely wrong, but it's simply my opinion. I think if you compare the cab to the coupe, I like the lines of the coupe better than the cab.
Yeah.
So that's just where I'm at.
I think you read the headlines, didn't you, by saying ugly? You wanted the attention. That was a shock and awe statement.
Yeah, that was.
It's ugly.
That's the beauty of opinions.
Yeah. Now, we've had quite a lot of people saying that they really like the idea of the ducktail.
Yeah.
I'm like sold on the ducktail. That's definitely
That's a for sure. That's like a mandatory item. at this point.
Yeah, that's definitely something I'd like to do. But looking online, there seems to be quite a few different options, which essentially all kind of look the same. But I wonder if it's a Duraflex versus fiberglass versus actual plastic kind of conversation
Versus carbon, because I think that one that
carbon fiber.
You could spend more on a wing than the car.
Yeah.
well the ducktail that Lee put on his car is carbon.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Interesting. So he I think he got that from CSR Racing in the UK.
Okay.
And they do entire kits. You can go on. They don't have any other prices, which I always find suspicious because they're going to sting you for cost.
Yeah.
But you can choose front bumper, rear bumper, a couple of different ducktail options. You can choose interior accents, decals, side skirts. You can, get CSR to sort of throw up all over it if you want to.
Yeah.
Or you can just buy the ducktail. But like I've seen on eBay, ducktails going for as low as $500, going up to about $1,700. And then online, I've seen a lot which are sort of around the $1,000 mark.
Sure.
So I guess it comes down to how much time do we want to spend fitting it.
Yeah,
Mounting
that's
it,
exactly what
finishing
it's
it.
going to come down to.
Well, you guys figure that out because I'm just videoing everything.
Not a problem.
I'd be like, work harder, guys. Come on.
That's one of the portions of the build where we're going to have to use a knife, and you're definitely not invited to that party.
Like, I'm running out of GoPro battery, guys. Come on, put you back into it. So I've got a few other comments. I'm going to need to go to Instagram to take a look at these. But yeah, the ducktail was very popular. I've been surprised by just how many people have been suggesting that we give it a facelift and turn it into a 997. And we kind of talked about this in the first podcast. I don't see the logic in that, to be honest. If you want a 997, buy a 997. I mean, I know they're more expensive. But
I think you're right on the money. I think what we can do is we can add a splitter or spoiler up front to what's already there. I think this one that we're getting, not to divulge too much, I think it's got the turbo front end.
Yeah.
Or the turbo front bumper.
Yeah.
I think if we add a nice aggressive splitter to the front of that, that's gonna update it enough to give it that look.
Yeah. Yeah.
Without switching to like a 997 GT3 front end, you know.
Which I think is overkill. It's done.
Well, it's done a lot. It's done a lot because it looks really good.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's the only option that looks really good. I think there's other ways to make that car look like $1 million.
Yeah.
Without going the same way as the masses.
That was another headline attention statement there, Steve. $1 million 996. I would like to see what the $1 million 996 looks like. It's like got a 6-pack of toilet roll in the front.
It's called a GT1.
A GT1.
Yes.
Oh, fair enough.
Because that was a 996.
That was the inspiration, right?
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough. You completely slapped me with that one. Numeric Racing have said, can we get their shifter and cables in there? And I said, hell yes.
Oh, I absolutely.
That would be fantastic. I mean,
I'm 100% for that, because if it goes in nicely, I want to order a numeric cable set for myself for my Boxster.
Okay.
Because I was going to do a short shifter, and I'm like, I really kind of wanted to do the numeric cables, but I don't know anything about them. So this is a perfect opportunity for me to learn about them and get them in, and then I'll do them in my Boxster.
Did you hear that, guys at Numeric Racing? If you give us the freebie for the 996, Steve will be giving you cash dollars for his Boxster. A lot of people have been suggesting the clutch. They think that, while we get the engine out and we're looking at the flywheel, etc., we can get in there and do the clutch.
That's absolutely the plan. Yep.
And I suppose if the replacement transmission we've got has got a first gear issue, would that suggest that we need to do the clutch as well, or is that more just of a straight up transmission thing?
That's more of a transmission thing.
Okay.
We can try, changing fluids and going through that transmission and see what the problem is.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know pretty much next to nothing about the transmission, apart from the fact that with my PDK it makes my car sound awesome.
Yes.
That's pretty much it. All right, so what else have we got? People are asking, where are we? Are we doing the wrap, or are we going to go for a paint job?
Well,
I think we're going to do the paint.
we kind of spoke about this. I'm leaning towards a paint job. The reason being is because of your wrap.
Okay.
Not saying
Careful what you say, Steve.
Not saying it looks bad. It doesn't look bad.
Don't go for headlines.
But I think a paint job is going to be more where we need to be.
Yeah.
I think in order to do a wrap, I think if you want the wrap to look good for a longer period of time, you have to do a clear bra over it. So then if you look at the price of a wrap and then the price of a full clear bra over the top of it, now we're encroaching on that paint price.
Yeah, and that's frankly more than we're paying for the car.
Yeah, without a doubt. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think paint might be the right idea.
Yeah. For me, I think having done the wrap now, I've seen all I need to see with a wrap. So I think for me, it would either be just leaving it the OEM color, or doing a proper paint job. And I mean the paint job where we go not just exterior, but we go
it's
door
gonna be
sills,
color
the jams.
change. Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff's going to have to
The
come
engine
off
bay.
Yep.
Yeah. We could actually probably deliver that to Mako without anything in it. The engine.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Deliver it on the back
Just
of a
a
trailer.
rolling chassis.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
And given with the ideas that we have for the interior, a lot of that interior is going to be coming out anyways. The seats are going to come out.
True.
A lot of the interior panels are going to come out. So if we're going to think about a color change, this is the time to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was thinking about the instrument cluster. I've always fancied having a go at replacing the color of the dials.
Yes.
Having done it now with the Sports Chrono a couple of times.
Yep.
And I was thinking if we're going to do a blue exterior with orange accents, we do a blue instrument cluster with orange accents, like with either orange lettering for the numbers or just the OEM, what are they called? Hands of the clock.
Tack.
Needles.
Yes.
Yeah, whatever.
Yep.
As opposed to going for orange dials. I think that might be too much, but who knows?
Depends on the color orange.
Yeah.
If the orange isn't too bright, it won't be too bad.
Yeah. But that's
We can
quite an
play,
interesting
we
job.
can play with that.
And actually getting the instrument cluster out of the 996 is a walk in the park compared to the 997 and the 991.
Sure.
Because it's basically just sat there in a housing on top of the dash.
Yep.
I looked at doing it on the 997, and that's getting it out was the thing that turned me off.
Yeah.
It was like
You have to completely take the dashboard apart. Yeah. So I ran a poll on YouTube asking about colors. 25% of people said that we should leave it as factory. 33% in first place said that we should go for some kind of green, either lizard or Irish. Then behind that was red, Guards Red, Carmine or other. Then behind that was yellow, 13%. Blue was actually 12%. So we're going against the grain potentially of the people that have replied to that poll.
I would be all for finding the right green.
Okay.
I don't think it would be Irish green.
Okay.
Because
Sibley's already done that.
yeah, it's been done
maybe
in a
darker
on a
forest
996.
green, which is on the same.
I would think there's a couple of greens I can show you guys that I found that are.
Is it Packers green?
No, it's not Packers green, but a two-tone green with sticking with the orange accents.
Well, I think green and orange go great
Yeah.
together,
Yeah.
especially on Porsches.
Green and gold.
Should we get the custom number plate? Pac-Man, or will that fit? Steve's staying silent, Pat. I don't think you're going to win any friends there.
No Packer fans out there?
Sorry. So, speaking of fans, I'm just glad that my fellow Liverpool fans at home haven't cast me out for getting an Everton blue wrap. I came across a guy in Arizona who's from England originally, from Liverpool. And so I immediately start the Liverpool banter with him over email, and he's like, "No, I'm sorry, I'm an Everton fan. Glad to see you wrapped your car in Everton blue." At which point, the penny dropped. I was like, "God damn it, you're right." Yeah, embarrassing. I then did a poll asking about the jobs. In first place, 33% of the votes, IMS bearing.
Yep.
Second place, leather restoration or any kind of interior leather restoration.
Yep.
Third place, joint tie between the exhaust system and a complete engine rebuild.
Okay.
And then only in 9%, steering wheel replacement.
Oh, well, we're gonna do
Nobody,
that anyways.
nobody wants to see a steering wheel replacement. Now, speaking of steering wheels, in all seriousness,
Yeah.
not a big fan of the 996 steering wheel. You probably know that I'm not a big fan of the one that I tried to get out of my 997 as well,
Yeah.
the triangle airbag. Do we go aftermarket? Because there really aren't
I'm
any other
for it.
choices for Porsche.
That's kind of where I was. That's kind of what I don't know much about the steering wheel replacements. I'm all about doing an aftermarket, good looking steering wheel.
Because
Yeah.
like I think even the CSR package comes with a CSR steering wheel, like
Okay.
a smaller circle, smaller diameter, is that, I guess?
Yep.
Yeah.
Whatever. And it looks more like a racing steering wheel.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know about airbags and that sort of stuff, but
We don't want to go airbag delete.
I'm just not too big of a fan of the OEM 996 steering wheel.
Yeah. So I guess this is an awesome opportunity to ask the masses.
Let's ask the masses.
Are there any good options for steering wheel replacement for a 996 that you guys know about?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
hit us up in the comments.
yeah. Hit us up in the comments
Yeah,
because I'm all for updating that steering wheel.
yeah.
Yep.
Well, I really like where this is headed. So, Pat, when we get the car back, you said that you might be able to do some 3D rendering for us in
Yeah.
Photoshop.
Yep. We'll do some Photoshop work. We'll do some color changes to mimic what we're talking about with colors and graphics, and
Yeah.
do some interior shots and what we're thinking with different patterns and things like that, and what we
Fantastic.
may or may not want to do, what different wheel packages look like, and
Yeah,
stuff. So
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
actually, that's a good. I haven't asked anybody yet about wheels. That should be another.
That should be another
Another
that should be
poll.
another thing, another poll. I think I'm kind of leaning towards the original Fuchs wheels.
Yeah,
I'd like something bigger diameter though, because I think the Fuchs are like 15-inch wheels. They're
something
smaller.
like that. Yeah,
Maybe like the wheels that Magnus does, which are kind of a throwback to Fuchs, but they're larger
oh,
wheels.
that's right. Yeah,
there are
So-
some modern interpretations. of
Yeah,
it, too.
so I'm kind of leaning towards something like that
Yeah.
throws a little homage to the older racing wheels.
Yeah.
But I think that's kind of a common theme that we got going on
Yeah.
here.
and I think especially if we're going to do the ducktail with the old stencil kind of Porsche lettering on the back as well, I
Yeah.
think that look goes really well with the
Yes.
the old school wheels.
Yep.
Yeah, that's really cool. And like the two-tone as well, like with the black spokes with the
Yeah.
chrome or the metallic
Yeah.
rim.
Oh yeah.
I like that as well.
Yep.
Okay. And then the last suggestion, I forget who it's from. They were suggesting if we're going to build a car for the track, even if we're not going to track it all the time, would we go rear seat delete and put a roll cage in? I mean, that would just be going baller.
I think
Would it be practical?
I think the cost would be prohibitive
Okay.
on that. I'm not opposed to it, but I mean we'd really be kind of pigeonholing that car as a track car.
Yeah.
But I think that I don't know if we brought it up, but I think a few people have talked about suspension. I'd love to see.
Yes.
I'd love to see coilovers all the way around
Mm-hmm.
and updating the suspension, freshening.
Yeah.
So we have a fresh. So we're gonna have fresh motor with the IMS and everything, fresh exhaust, fresh suspension, and
Yep.
fresh paint.
Yeah, and I've
That-
done both of them on the 996 that I have. You helped me with the
Yeah.
997 doing the suspension.
Yep.
So, no, I agree that those definitely need to be done, and those are the easy things to do.
Yeah.
So when we get the car back on Monday next week, what's the first thing we're going to do? We're going to do a detailed walk around.
We're gonna do a detailed walk around. We're gonna inspect the paint. We're gonna inspect the condition of the car.
Yeah.
We'll get it up on the lift and we'll look. We'll just go system by system and start checking boxes on
Yeah.
what's up, what's good, what's not good, what do
Yeah.
we want, what needs to be fixed, what
Yeah.
doesn't need to be fixed, and let's get a list going.
Great.
Get those bottom panels off the underside so we can see all the joints and all the seams
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
and all. If there's a leak,
Yeah.
has it been there a long time or has it been
Yeah.
there a short time? And what's going to take to fix that leak?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Good stuff. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, guys. Well, that's it for another episode.
Love it.
Thank you very much for tuning in. We'll be doing another podcast around a week again, I guess.
Yeah.
We'll do one when we come back.
Do one on the way down too.
I was going to say, yeah, maybe we could do like a road trip Instagram live stream trivia or something, or at least FaceTime in Pat. Make him feel part of the crowd.
Yeah, we could certainly do that. Yes.
I can sit in my command center in my office and have you guys on one of the screens, so yes.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in. In a week's time, we should have the 996, and Project 996 will be really getting into gear, kicking into gear, whatever that expression is. Pun intended.
Yes.
Cool.
All right. Thanks, guys.
I
Bye.
love it. See ya.